Okay, so listen. It's been brought to my attention that that Future has made a comment about the Gucci stuff. You know. And it's like, for me, you know, people ask me, what you think? Future said this. And for me, it's this, right? The same nigga that told you to take perks and take leans and mollies and Percocets is telling you about Gucci. Like we just gotta be the same nigga that told you he was too scared to come forward and say that he no longer was sipping lean and on perks and molly. He was too scared. A grown man with kids was too scared to admit that he wasn't a dope fiend. Like, these are the niggas that we letting dictate what the culture says. You're $1 million, you supposed to have millions of dollars and all this shit, and you got all of this, but you talking about you spent your money for something that blatantly disrespected your culture, disrespected your ancestors, and you willing to say, well, since I spent my money, I'm gonna wear it. It just shows you the value system that these niggas have. So I don't have, you know, I don't have anything personally against them, but time and time again, they show you what they represent. And if that's what you represent, if materialism and stupidity and all that shit is what you represent, then you go with that. If that makes sense to you, if somebody telling you that they were scared to tell the world that they wasn't dope fiends no more because they didn't want them to look at them a certain way, is that a person that you want to take advice from about anything? Just think about it. Person that's moved forward in their life and they progressing, they ain't waking up shaking no more, they ain't addicted to some motherfucking codeine and Percocets. After they told you that it was the coolest shit in the world, they got themselves clean and didn't want to come forward to the people that follow them and tell them, yo, I fixed myself, you can fix yourself too. But now they get to tell you to wear some clothes from designers that don't even value your existence. Just think about it. These are the niggas that we allowing to dictate our culture. This is what happened. And because they have a platform, and because they have followers and millions of followers, and people want to follow them, they are able to lead you nowhere. When I say sold out for sale, that shit ain't just a hat, it's real. These niggas already sold their soul. You following niggas who already sold their soul. And I don't wish no harm on them. But you cannot continue to lead a culture down a dead end. And then we continue to validate their opinions about anything. How the fuck do we listen to what Future says about living? About some shit that got to do with morals and principles. He has showed you he don't have none of that. Now, if his moral compass aligns with yours, if Young Thug's moral compass aligns with yours, then do what they telling you to do. Follow them. Say if that makes sense. Don't utilize somebody who on nothing else do you agree with. No other aspect of life do you agree with to validate some bullshit like Gucci. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you think if Future and Young Thug's values align, if Kodak, if all of their values align with yours, then follow them. But if you know that half the shit they say never made sense to you, if you knew that Molly's and Percocets all day wasn't gonna do nothing but destroy your body and kill you, even if you're addicted to it now, you trying to figure out a way out, you watching people addicted to that shit, trying to figure out a way out. If you know that, and you watching these niggas lead the culture down dead ends, and you still following them, like, does that make sense? Does it make sense? Poor righteous teachers are disregarded, but poor righteous teachers live longer, man. Most righteous teachers are what you consider poor. You'll never see a man of high values with a certain, especially black men, with a certain level of wealth. It just ain't gonna happen, because in order for you to reach that wealth, at some point you had to compromise something that you believed in, because the money was more important. And that's what happens. My unwillingness to compromise my morals because money is not more important than my morals is undoubtedly going to some degree hold me back. And I'm okay with that. But I'm going to be able to survive. I'm going to live comfortably. I might not have billions and millions of dollars, but I'm going to be comfortable. And I'm going to live comfortably on the merit of integrity. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I stand on. So don't come to me about Future said something about no motherfucking Gucci. Nothing Future ever said made sense to me. Future's reality and my realities are so disconnected. Like we not even on the same wavelength. I'm trying to make sure these kids don't die in these projects right here. I'm driving by the projects and I'm trying to make sure that these kids don't die in that project. He trying to make sure that all these kids buy his records in those projects. So he gonna sell them whatever they gonna buy so he can make some money. See the difference? He's scared to tell them the truth because he's scared that you ain't gonna spend your money with him. I'm scared not to tell them the truth because I'm scared they're gonna die. Do you see what the difference is? So don't have a conversation with me. The music sound good, it's a good melody, it's sonically good, you go to the club, you bounce. But as far as morally, as far as anything that has to do about life, I'm not listening to Future. Why would I ever? You know what I'm saying? Why would I ever talk about something that Future said? What did Miles say from the... Miles is my dude, man. What did he say? I ain't gonna call him out. But we might need to have a conversation. I might have to go to Joe Budden podcast to talk to Miles. What he said? He said something wrong? You know, support the real, man. Like Pac said, man. How these niggas talking about they so real and they don't care about what's going on in communities? How do you believe that shit? Yeah, that's what I'm asking. What did Miles say? What did he say, you know? Like, don't listen to these niggas, man. These niggas don't have no more. Niggas don't stand on nothing. These niggas don't stand for or on nothing. You give them $1, they're gonna do whatever these niggas gonna jump, they're gonna bend over, you might be able to violate one of these niggas. These niggas, they just don't have no moral compass. They like prostitutes, man. They selling themselves for money. You feel me? This is what these niggas are. They prostitutes. Niggas don't have no moral compass and they mad. And they want to talk against somebody that do have them. So what? You spend some money for some Gucci. Who gives a fuck about that? No. Sacrifice is a man. Show your kids that you stand for something. But then you mad, right? You mad because your baby mother's baby father is more of a man, seems like more of a man than you are because he's standing on morals and principles. Your baby mother's husband is standing on morals and principles and integrity. Like this is the shit we live in. We gotta listen to these niggas mislead our kids and guide them down. Nigga, you 30 plus, then they're 40 years old, and you telling kids about Molly's and perks. You scared to tell niggas the truth, and then you trying to get these kids to keep wearing clothing and support designers that don't give a fuck about their existence. You telling niggas not to stand up. You want to utilize your voice to diminish somebody else's protest? Don't say nothing. You ain't man enough to stand up. Just be quiet. Say I'm gonna wear my Gucci. Say, hey, this, you know, that's everybody doing their own thing. Don't try to diminish with some old nigga gonna get my money back. Oh, man, listen, man. You supposed to be rich. You got trillions of dollars, right? You got the bag. So what? You spent some money on Gucci. So what? I ain't got it. I don't got half as what you got, and I ain't never win the shit I got again. So what? You gonna wear some shit that don't represent you, that don't represent us properly because you paid money for it? Niggas pay money for shit every day. The fuck does that mean? Where's the sacrifice at? What happened to manhood? What happened to men that stood for something? Where do these niggas come from? What happened to a man that stood on something?